Every year, thousands of students from all over the world pack their dreams into a suitcase and fly towards the land of opportunity, the United States of America. For them, America represents success, freedom, and the promise of a better life. But behind the bright lights and glossy brochures lies a side of the story very few ever talk about. This is the dark reality of USA students, a story of dreams, debts, pressure, and silent struggles. For most international students, arriving in America feels like stepping into a movie. Skyscrapers, clean streets, smiling people, and universities that look like palaces. But the reality hits fast. The moment you step off the plane, you realize everything here comes at a cost. Every smile hides pressure. Every opportunity demands sacrifice. And every dream comes with a price tag. Let's start with the biggest challenge: money. The average tuition fee for an international student in the US can range from $25,000 to $55,000 a year. Add rent, food, and insurance, and you're suddenly looking at $70,000 a year just to survive. Parents sell land, take loans, or spend their lifetime savings just to send their children abroad. But what happens when the dream doesn't match reality? For many students, the American dream turns into a cycle of part-time jobs and sleepless nights. They juggle between studies and survival, often working 20 hours a week in restaurants, gas stations, or delivery jobs, just to keep up with bills. And yet, even with all that hard work, some can't afford basic things. Many students skip meals, share small apartments with 4 or 5 roommates, and survive on instant noodles. They study in the day, work till late night, and come home to start assignments at 2 a.m. The glamour fades fast, and reality begins to bite. You see smiling photos on Instagram, but not the anxiety attacks, the missed calls from home, or the tears shed in silence, because no one shows the truth online, not even the ones living it. Then comes the mental health battle. According to studies, nearly 1 in 3 college students in the US suffers from anxiety or depression. For international students, it's even worse. They're alone, far from family, and trapped between 2 worlds. They feel guilty for struggling because their families think they're living in the dream, but inside, they're fighting loneliness, isolation, and the pressure to succeed. Many can't talk about it. Mental health is still a taboo in many cultures, so they smile, pretend to be okay, and keep breaking inside. Then comes the student debt trap, the silent chain that holds millions of American students hostage. In 2024, U.S. student loan debt reached $1.7 trillion. That's more than the total GDP of some countries. The average student owes over $37,000 before they even get their first real job. Imagine starting your adult life already in debt. You graduate, you celebrate, but you owe. And it doesn't end there. Many spend 10, 20, even 30 years just paying off their education. But money isn't the only battle. The system itself is tough. Work hours are limited for international students. They can only work 20 hours per week on campus. That means if they can't find a job inside the university, they struggle to survive. And even when they do find one, the pay barely covers food and rent. Visa rules are strict. One wrong move, one missed document, one bad semester, and your visa can be canceled. That means you lose everything. Your degree, your home, your dream, gone in a single letter from immigration. And yet, even with all this pressure, most students don't give up. They keep going. They wake up early, study hard, work harder, and still find time to call home with a smile. Because they don't want their parents to worry, because they still believe that someday this struggle will pay off. These students become experts in surviving under pressure. They learn resilience, discipline, and emotional strength that no classroom can teach. But the truth is, the system benefits from their silence. Colleges earn billions every year from international tuition fees. Landlords charge extra from foreign tenants, and companies enjoy cheap labor from desperate students. It's a cycle where dreams are sold like products, and reality is quietly ignored. The US education system is one of the best in the world, yes, but it's also one of the most expensive and mentally draining. Behind every smiling graduate photo, there's a story of someone who cried themselves to sleep just to get there. Still, not all stories end in pain. Many students make it through. They build successful lives, strong careers, and send money home with pride. But even they'll tell you, it wasn't easy. It wasn't like the movies. They sacrificed birthdays, sleep, peace, and sometimes their mental health, all for that one piece of paper called a degree. And when they finally hold it, they realize the degree may be American, but the struggle behind it was universal. So the next time you see a student posting pictures from New York or California, remember, that photo doesn't show the full story. Behind that smile is courage. Behind that success is pain. And behind that dream is a reality few are brave enough to face. Because this is the truth, the dark reality of USA students. If you found this story meaningful, share it. Because somewhere out there, a student is still struggling silently. And maybe your awareness can make a difference.